This is Aileen Miracle from Mrs. Miracle's Music Room, and today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite folk tales for the kindergarten classroom. It is called Mr. Stingy Man. A little bit of history about Mr. Stingy Man. I learned it when I was student teaching way back in 1999. I went to Central Michigan University, Fire Up Chips, and I student taught with Paul Rose. He's my coordinating teacher, and he's who I learned it from. And I've been using it every year since then. I just really love it, and so do the kids. So I thought I would just go ahead and tell this story to you today so you can kind of hear how it all flows together. I do have the directions for this, the whole story, as well as the song notation on my blog. If you go to www.mrsmiraclesmusicroom.com, and it's not the most recent blog post, especially if you're watching a recording of this video. If you scroll down a little bit, it's October 2016 right now. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll find it. But you can also go on my right-hand side of the blog and go to either the kindergarten label. Under labels, you'll see the word kindergarten. Or you can also just go to my search bar and search for Mr. Stingy Man or kindergarten activities, and you'll find it that way. And by the way, I just redesigned my blog. I'm really excited about it. I redesigned it so that hopefully it will be easier for you to find what you need on the blog. So I'd love your feedback. When you go over there and visit, just let me know what you think or if you think anything should be added. So anyway, Mr. Stingy Man, like I said, you can find it on my blog, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story. One of the things that I really love about the story is, you know, in 2016, in this age of immediacy, kids are constantly expected to be entertained and, you know, everything has to be so visually appealing. But with this story, it truly is just a story that you tell the kids, no visuals or anything, and they hang on your every word. And it's just such a magical thing to see. The art of storytelling is kind of dying, and I hate to see that happen. So this is one of those ways that you can bring it back, and it's really great. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story. It goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a farmer. And the farmer had lots of animals on his farm. And at this point, I asked the kids, what kind of animals do you think he had on his farm? Well, he had a cow and a pig and a duck and a horse. And he also had a rooster. And I asked the kids to make a rooster sound. And they all go, cock-a-doodle-doo, which is really great for getting up into their head voice. And I said, that's right, he had a rooster. And the rooster, he had a prized possession. Do you know what it was? It was his silver dollar. He loved this silver dollar so much. He loved it so much that he actually put it underneath his wing at night so nobody would take his silver dollar. Well, across the street from Mr. Stingy Man, or across the street from the farmer, lived a man named Mr. Stingy Man. And Mr. Stingy Man had lots of money. He had this huge mansion with hundreds of rooms. But as much money as he had, he wanted even more. Well, he found out about the rooster's silver dollar, and guess what he did, boys and girls? He went and he stole that silver dollar. So he snuck over to the farm and he lifted up the rooster's wing while the rooster was sleeping, and he took that silver dollar. And then he went back to his mansion and he went to this one room that had a safe in it, and he opened up the safe. Boys and girls, what do you think the first number of the safe is? And they just yell out a number. So let's say they yell out 12, 11, 6. That's right, 12, 11, 6. Remember that for later. And he opened up the safe and he put the silver dollar in there. Well, in the morning, the rooster woke up and he stretched his wings. Everyone stretch your wings. And he saw that the silver dollar was gone. He just knew that Mr. Stingy Man took it. So he flew up to Mr. Stingy Man's bedroom window and he started singing, hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Well, Mr. Stingy Man was very mad that the rooster woke him up. He told his brother Fred, Fred, you take that rooster and you put him into the well. Boys and girls, you know what a well is, and usually you have a couple kids that say, oh, it has water in it. That's right, it has water in it. But do you think that the rooster was scared? No, he had a trick up his sleeve. When Fred dropped him into the well, he started singing, belly, 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 suck up all the water. Belly, 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 suck up all the water. And his belly got bigger and bigger and bigger with all that water, and he flew back up to Mr. Stingy Man's bedroom window and he started singing, hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Well, again, Mr. Stingy Man was very mad that the rooster woke him up. He told his brother Fred, Fred, you take that rooster and you put him into the furnace. boys and girls, do you know what a furnace is? And usually someone will say, oh, it has, it warms up your whole house and it has fire in it. That's right, it has fire in it. But do you think the rooster was scared? No, because he had another trick up his sleeve. As soon as Fred dropped him into the furnace, he started singing, belly, 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 let out all the water. Belly, 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 let out all the water. And all the water made the flames in the furnace go away. And he flew back up to Mr. Stingy Man's bedroom window and he started singing, hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler. Cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Well, again, Mr. Stingy Man was very mad that the rooster woke him up. He told his brother Fred, Fred, you take that rooster and you put him into the beehive. Well, boys and girls, do you think that the rooster was scared and they yell out, no? No, because he had a trick up his sleeve. He started singing, belly, 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 suck up all the bees. Belly, 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 suck up all the bees. And his belly got bigger and bigger and bigger with all those bees, and he flew back up to Mr. Stingy Man's bedroom window, and he started singing, and at this point, the kids know it well enough they can sing it with you. Hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler, cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Hey, Mr. Stingy Man, listen to me holler, cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo, give me back my dollar. Well, Mr. Stingy Man was the most upset he had ever been in his entire life. He told his brother Fred, Fred, you take that rooster, and you put him on that chair, and I'm going to sit on him and squish him. And then I say, but boys and girls, what do you think he's going to do? And usually at least one kid will guess, he's going to let out all the bees. And that's exactly what happens. Fred put him on the chair, and the rooster started singing, belly, 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 let out all the bees. Belly, 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 let out all the bees. And bzz, all the bees started singing him. He had to jump up, and he had to jump up and down 5 times. And I have all the kids, stand up, and we jump up and down 5 times. And they had to spin around 3 times. And I have them do this, and I just improvise. You just, choose whatever motions you want. And they had to hop in 1 foot 4 times or whatever you want. And they do that before that last bee left him. And then he had to sit down very carefully, boys and girls, because he had all those bee stings. And he told his brother, Fred, Fred, you take that rooster and you take him back to the safe and you open up that safe and you give him back his silver dollar. But you know what? Don't just give him back a silver dollar. Give him everything that's in that safe, because I have a lot more money and a lot more safes and I don't need it all. So that's just what Fred did. Fred took him to the mansion with the room with the safe, and he opened up the safe. Boys and girls, do you remember what that combination is? And it was 12, 11, 6. He opened up the safe, and oh my goodness, the rooster never seen so much money his entire life, and he started singing, belly, 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 suck up all the money. Belly, 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 suck up all the money. And his belly got bigger and bigger and bigger with all that money, and he flew back to the farmer, and they lived happily ever after. And then I say, okay, boys and girls, cover up your faces, and I want you to show me how you think the rooster felt when he saw that his silver dollar was stolen. Uncover your face, and a lot of them will show me like mad or sad. And then cover your face and show me how you think Mr. Stingy Man felt when the rooster kept waking him up. Uncover your face, and a lot of kids will go, arr! And I'll say, okay, show me. Don't make any noise. Just show me how he feels. And then cover your face and show me how you think the farmer felt when he got all that money. Uncover your face, and I see a lot of happy faces or surprised faces. Cover your face and show me how you feel right now. And then they uncover their face, and then I'll say, oh, I see so many happy faces. That makes me so happy. And that is the story of Mr. Stingy Man. So, like I said, one of my favorites. If you're just tuning in now, the directions for Mr. Stingy Man are on my blog. If you go to www.mrsmiraclesmusicroom.com and you scroll down a little bit, or you can search on the right-hand side for Mr. Stingy Man or for kindergarten activities, and you will find it. Now, as far as the origin goes, like I said, I learned it from Paul Rose in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, way back in 1999. And I have looked over the years for an origin, and I never really found one. But tonight, I actually did find on a website, someone was saying, and it was a very similar story to what I just told, and they said it was a Hungarian folktale. And I had never heard that before, so I was excited to find that information. But I just haven't heard it anywhere else. But it's just a really fun story. If you grew up hearing this story, or you've heard it somewhere else, please feel free to comment below. I would love any more information you have about it. And then I want to tell you, I did adapt it a little bit. When I first learned this, when I was student teaching, I learned that the brother's name was Tightwad. And actually the tale that I found tonight, that said it was Hungarian folktale, also did say tightwad, and I don't know, it's just kind of a derogatory word, and I wasn't totally comfortable saying that to kids, so I changed it to Fred. You can go back to tightwad if you want. It's all what you're comfortable with. And also in the original story, Mr. Stingy Man doesn't tell him he can take all that money. The rooster just takes it upon himself to go ahead and take the money. Well, I didn't feel totally comfortable telling kids that, two wrongs make a right. So I changed it a little bit, so that everybody learns a lesson kind of thing. Mr. Stingy Man learned his lesson. Again, you can tell the story however you want to, but I just tweaked it a little bit just so that there was, a good moral there. And something as far as like, well, if you're a little bit nervous about telling this story because there are so many details and how am I going to remember everything, feel free to, go to the blog, copy the text and paste it onto a Word document or whatever, print it out, and then you have it right there. I have been known to tell stories like this to myself in the car or in the shower or wherever, just so you can kind of like, kind of memorize it that way. I had a lot of practice when I was student teaching, but like I said, feel free to print it out or just, talk to yourself in the car, whatever, until you get comfortable with it. I really appreciate you joining me for today, and I hope that you're able to do this with your kindergartners. They really love it. Thanks so much for joining me, and let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to comment below, and thanks so much.